Hi there, welcome back to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine, and I have Gilbert and Sullivan back on my desk again. And I am going to start my next step in creating this illusion spine. I'm going to be stitching signature threads onto the spine, but they're going to be faux signature threads because I still want to, sorry, I'm reaching for something here. I still want to put in a hidden hollow back spine into the book. They just lie nicer and they're easier to write in for people who are journal writers. So the last little episode that I did on Gilbert and Sullivan here, let me pull them out of the bricks here. These are my bricks. We did some gold gilding wax onto the spine. These three stripes here were not there, so I put them on. Come on, out you come. I'm taking this. The cover has already been removed from the text block in case you haven't watched the previous episodes. Here's the text block. I continue to use the text block to support the cover quite often when I'm working on a book. So yeah, I really love how that turned out. It really looks pretty. And the inside, it needed quite a bit of work. This book is only, it's only 1941. That's still quite old. That's still, what, 78 years old. So, this book's a senior citizen. But as soon as I saw the pretty banners here on the spine, it says Gilbert and Sullivan, the complete plays of Gilbert and Sullivan. And you can see that at one point it did have some gold work on the spine that has been worn away with age and use. And it was kind of bent and sort of, it looked like if it had gone on much longer, it was going to just split right there. But I was able to save it before it split. But it still has quite a wrinkle there that gives it some character, which I don't mind. And what I want to do, as soon as I saw it, I was reminded of Nick the Booksmith's commonplace book that she made, I guess, about a year ago. And I fell in love with it immediately, this book she made. Hold on, let me see if this one here. Oh, don't do that. Stay upright. There we go. I just fell in love with it. She did those are faux signature threads on it, because you can see here, it's a hidden hollow back spine. You know what, I'll try and find the link for the video and I'll post it down below, because I fell in love with this. I've watched this video over and over again because I love this book so much. It is such a beautiful book that she created for herself, for her own personal use. I do believe that this one will be going into my shop, but I love that spine, and I thought this spine reminded me of this spine. So it needs to have some threads. So I'm going to do that then today. We did the gilding wax on the spine, and I'm so happy with that, how that turned out. I'm sort of working my way through figuring out gilding wax and how to work with it. These are they're just covered bricks. That's just wrapping paper and then packing tape. So what I'm going to do is, here's the plan, because I haven't done this before either, but I have sewn signatures into books where you have the threads that come out the spine. I have done that before. So I don't suspect it'll be that difficult. If I can actually sew signatures in that way, I can do faux threads that way. That's my thinking. Never say never. So I'm trying to figure out which one of my awls is my pointiest awl. I'm tempted to use a needle first and then go in later with an awl. Hold on, let me find my signature tin. I have some pretty long needles in here. I have some really long needles, and I may very well use one of these, but on the other hand, I wouldn't necessarily, let's see if that is even, it's really about the same size. It's not even going to be any thinner. Okay, well, there goes that idea. But now I'm also wondering if just a corsage pin and go through. Here's what I'm thinking. I want to go through first with a tiny hole and then enlarge it with a bigger hole. I'm going to need it slightly bigger because my goal is to use this really pretty gold embossing thread, embroidery thread. You know what I mean. It's really, really beautiful. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's very pretty. And I think that's going to look nice on there. Like so. Now, this is where I'm wondering. Nick has 10 on hers. And I don't want to overextend myself the first try of doing this. On the other hand, I really love the statement that makes with all those threads. And so first I thought, I made up a template and it's on graph paper. And I thought I was just going to go in and just do every 1/4 inch. So that gives me 7 threads. But Nick has 10. And that just really looks good. Now, mind you, I think this spine is bigger. She does a big spine. When she makes her books completely from scratch, completely creates the spine and that, I do believe it's bigger than this. So I'm trying to see. I do really think that those are about a 1/4 inch apart. And I guess I could start with that. And then if I felt like I needed to, I could go in and poke holes in between and just put 14 signatures in instead of 7. I'll start with the 7. So here's my plan is I want it to look like it's got a 5-hole pamphlet stitch in it. And hold on, I'm going to tape this template onto the outside. Anyone, if you've ever done, even a little golden book journal where you have the signatures on the signature threads come on the outside and show, you may have experienced, I should say, I certainly have. Sometimes if you do your template from the inside out, if I've had this flipped over and was poking on the inside out, sometimes later, I don't need them this big. Sometimes later when you flip your book over and you're all excited about your signature threads, it can be very discouraging to see that your signature threads are actually uneven and crooked. So the way to try to avoid that is to poke your initial holes front to back. And that way you know where the needle's going in rather than hoping that it's coming out. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense to you. I did one journal where it was really important to me that the signature threads look really, really beautiful. I did a little golden book of Donald Duck's Toy Town. And I sewed the signature threads in actually with baker's twine, black and white baker's twine. Look at that. 25 cents at the thrift store. Don't you love that? Anyhow, And so I did it. I put my template on the outside and poked my holes this way, and they came out lovely. Sometimes with a little golden book and the signature strings that are on the outside, it really doesn't matter if there are little flaws, if it's a little crooked or that, because quite often you put buttons down the spine, and the buttons hide a multitude of sins. So, you know, but this, I actually want it for the, I really want it for the statement that the signature threads are going to make. So here we go. I'm just going to start poking. I'm going to try it with this first. Let's see how this goes. The text block is already in there, and it's just soft, mushy paper. So fingers crossed that will be okay and will help me to get it up and down. Let's just do it, shall we? Did that even? Barely went through. Here's where I'm thinking out loud here. Sorry. I don't want to. I want something soft and curved underneath this spine. I probably should have done this while it was still floppy, but I didn't think of it at the time. Because now that it's already got its beautiful curve, I don't want to be pushing into it and cave in my curved spine or dent it and crease it again. All right, I may just have to go in with an awl. Go in with my awl with an awl, shall we? But I'll just poke a little bit. Okay, that felt good. I felt like a little crunch. Yikes. Yes, okay. Even if that doesn't go all the way through, it's going to give me a pattern. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping. Oh, that's such a weird feeling. I can feel the fibers sort of crunch and move out of the way. I know I'm going to need some room because that thread is thick. So I can't have just tiny holes. Come on, in you go. All right, now I'm going to do something here. And I don't know whether I need to do it or not, but I'm going to actually put that in just in case my template moves, or in case I have to move it for some reason, because I'm now worried about how I'm going to reach up here. So that's just going to hold my template into place so it doesn't, I'll put one over here as well, so that it doesn't go anywhere on me. There we go. All right, I'm going to sit down and try and work with this a bit more and feel it crunching. Oh, that's so weird. What an experiment. I am very excited. I so hope this works out. Then I've got plans for the cover. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do this again because I need to move this. That makes me a little nervous. Is that still upright? Okay, that's still good. All right. I might have to sew this another time. because as you know, my phone lets me have 30 minutes and then it cuts me off. And if this doesn't work, I'll be putting lace down the spine and covering it all up. Let's take you. Come on. Come on it. That's a girl. Okay, you go in there. Gee, that looks pretty. Right. Oh boy, I hope this is okay. All right, one more row. Oh boy, that crunched. All right. I don't know whether that was necessary or not, but it doesn't hurt, does it? I didn't know what to expect. Next time I'll know. Come on. I don't want to be too rough. I don't want it, in case some of the ink comes with it. As I said, this old girl is probably about 78 years old. Oh, I have you upside down. Come on, let go. Thank you. All right. All right, let's take you off. Ah, there's all the holes. All right, if you just bear with me, I want to hold this up to the window and see if I got them completely through. Those look great. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up. Can you see where they are there? Those look great. Oh, I'm very excited about this. Now I've got to figure out what needle to use for this and to get them through those holes, and whether I'm toying with that I need to make those holes a little bigger. How much time have I got? I'm at 18 minutes. All right, I may, you know what, I may still go back to, oh, all right, well, whatever. I may still, or maybe, hold on. Stay there. Let's see if I can find a thinner one. Nope. Nope. No, I'm going to try this. All right, so I'm just going to hook you all the way through. Yeah. Yep. All right, so let's put you. Oh gosh, I don't know what I'd do without my bricks. Now, can you see? Nope, hold on. There we go. So I'm just going to poke this long needle and give myself lots of room for when I go through with the embroidery thread. And I'm not necessarily sold on that thread yet, although I like this thread. It's very pretty, and I would just do it single. But I also have, hold on, it's a little bit thinner. It's this is a finishing thread, a top thread. No, I still like that. It's got a bit of a shimmer, and I like that you can see the texture in the twist. All right, the texture in the twist. We just had one of those downpours out of the sky where we had to go racing around the house, closing all the windows because this rain was literally coming down sideways. You know what I'm happy to see is all these holes along here follow that edge beautifully, and that tells me that I did okay. Now I'm wondering, though, if I could have gone over one more and one more. Mind you, a signature wouldn't actually be sewn over there. Well, I'll get this done and I'll think about it. And I can always go in and add one more on either side. Right, let's turn you around. Happy with how that gilding wax turned out. That really looks nice. I like that it looks a little bit worn. Looks like it could very well have been there 78 years ago. Gilbert and Sullivan Place. I remember the very first school play that I was involved in. Our school put on the HMS Pinafore. And even back then, I didn't have a competitive nature, so they were having tryouts for, of course, all the parts. And because I really despise competition, I don't like it at all. And I know competition is good and healthy. You can give me all those lectures and I'll agree with you. I still don't like it. So I didn't try out, and it wasn't because I'm shy, and it actually wasn't even that, I love singing and I don't even mind singing alone, doing solos, but I didn't want to have to try out, and that's okay. I didn't mind. I didn't want to try out. But I knew they'd need me for the part that I really, really loved, and that was doing scenery and costumes. So, boy, was that a lot of fun working on the scenery and costumes. I remember my best friend Marcia. She got the role of Buttercup, and she did a very good job. But I sure enjoyed creating the scenery and helping with the costumes. That I enjoyed, and then I was able to sit back on all the evenings of the show and relax. I have a feeling I am going to need these just in case to jam that needle through, because it's going to have thick threads. Oh, I wonder how I am for time. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I don't want you two in there. My awls. I use them more than just for sewing signatures, so I don't want them lost in my signature tins. Now, let's see. I need a hole that can handle that thread, but I don't want a very thick needle. One of you guys. Maybe you. Oh gosh, yeah, you're too big. Okay. All right. Now, let me stand up and see how I am for time. I may have to do this off camera. 26 minutes. We can get started. So I don't want too much. I find too much thread, at least to start with. Too much thread, you can end up with tangled thread. All right, I am going to needle this off camera. But I'm still here. Yay. Hold on. Tweezers. Because this could get ugly. But I don't swear on camera. I used to worry about swearing on camera, and I don't do that anymore. So that's good. Uh-oh, I might swear. Come on. I'm still here. I'm trying to put thread that's too thick through a needle hole that I really shouldn't have, but I did it. Haha, I did it. Now I'm just going to straighten that out a bit because it tried to muck up. Okay. So now the rules don't have to apply because we're not actually sewing papers in. I think I can go out, back in, out, in, and then go back again. That's the plan, Stan. Oh, don't come out. Don't fall out. I don't know what you're seeing right now. I'm sitting down. Hopefully you can see. So, maybe I am doing this wrong. No, it should be okay because now I'm going to turn around and go back. Right? Of course, right. Oh, come on. Don't give me grief. Now the sun's back out. It was bucketing 20 minutes ago. I wonder if I gave myself enough room. I'm not too worried about tying knots because these are faux. I don't have to worry about them securely holding in thick, heavy signatures and being able to turn pages. These are purely decorative. So if need be, I can glue them down from the back side when I'm done. So that's why I'm not worrying. Come on, where are you, little hole? Thank you. Come on. nice. Well, you'll get to see one. And loosen up. There we go. Thank you. Oh, that's close. I'm not sure I want that out yet. I want to make sure everything's snug. That looks nice. All right, hold on, let me lift it up. So now we've got signature threads. Yay. All right, I'm at 31 minutes, so that's all I can do. Next time you see this, I'll try and post a photo on Instagram, and hopefully it'll look awesome. Thanks for bearing with me today while I figured out my way through this, and we'll talk soon. Bye.